registered nurse Jean Hilsing. The following presentation I hope will be life-changing and possibly life-saving if you allow it. The human hearts you're about to see are all about people's life stories, about their hearts, but how their lifestyle choices have affected their hearts. And I hope that when you see them, it will make you stop and think. You see, fear gets our attention. And once I have your attention, I challenge you to reconsider your own lifestyle choices and then consciously choose to live life well. Because it's the joy in living that keeps us motivated. I wish you well.
So this is why you need to take care of yourself. The gift these people left truly is priceless. Because every time I look at these people and think of the gift that they have given to us, it was to make your life better. So 300 people every year here in St. Louis leave their body to science. So these organs that I'm showing you now, they're not transplantable. So it's not somebody who's waiting on the transplant list that I can take this and use for them. It smells because it's in formalin and it's preserved. So these organs are going to outlive probably all of us and go from class to class to class to educate people. When you take good care of your body, the first heart I'm going to show you is of a 90-year-old man. And when he died in his sleep. How many of you would like to die that way? If we had to die, that's the way to do it. This is the heart of a 90-year-old man. It is the size of your fist, so look at your fist. That's how big your heart should be. And it should look very much like this. It does have cuts in it because that's after an autopsy. They're going to do that to make sure that everything works inside, and they're making sure what the cause of death was. But that is the heart of a 90-year-old man. He was a farmer. And so when he was a farmer, do you think he was physically active?
Yeah.
Yeah, they worked very, very hard. He surely was. And he probably ate the things that he grew. And so therefore, he had a good diet, he had good activity, and he had a good life. All about choices. The next heart you're going to see is from a man that was the same size as this 90-year-old, but his life story is very different. You see, he died from a massive heart attack when he was 50. And people think, okay, you're fine 1 minute, you have a heart attack, you're dead the next. What a way to go. But guess what? It wasn't a quick, easy death because he had been very sick beforehand. You see, his heart is much larger, not because he was kind and gentle and a nice man, but because his heart didn't work. Your heart muscle doesn't work like your biceps, where you are going to exercise and get bigger biceps. Your heart gets tired and it doesn't become a very good pump. And this is the heart of this man. And again, it is sliced because they're looking to see what was the cause of death. Very big difference between this man and this man. At 50 years of age, he had already had quintuple bypass. And if you look at the top here, you see very obvious blood vessels. Those are not natural. Those came from his leg. When he had a bypass surgery, that's what they had to do to bring blood vessels and blood to his heart muscle, because his heart muscle can't work if it doesn't have something very important. What fuel does our body need in every cell to live? Oxygen. So the blood has to supply the heart first, so it does a good job, so it gets to your pinky toe or to your brain. And his heart wasn't doing a very good job. Also notice all the fat around his heart? Visceral fat is just like chicken fat. It's like that yellow stuff you see all over chicken, except that this is the fast food that you eat. You see, this man lived on fast food. He was a couch potato. He said he worked hard every day at the office, where he was very sedentary. He would come home at night and lay down and eat fast food and watch TV. And that was his life. And by the choices he made, obviously he wasn't doing very well. Because you see, when he was 45, he had to have his chest cracked open, and we truly have a saw that slices right down your breastbone to pull your rib cage open, to get to your heart, to slice up your leg, to put the vessels on your heart muscle, so that hopefully you go back to some kind of lifestyle that at least is better than sitting around. A long, slow death is what this man had.
The wire that you see is what they put up into the different vessels to see what kind of blood flow that they had. And you can see that that wire didn't go through, so he did have blockage. When I was young, your generation, they were bringing back people in boxes from Vietnam. And we said, my goodness, guys that are 25 years of age have heart disease. This is terrible. We now know that we have 4-year-olds with heart disease, with blockage. Your generation isn't supposed to live as long as my generation. And that's because of obesity. And it is because of the things that we're eating and the lifestyles that we're choosing. So today, my hope is that by looking at this, we're making better choices. Because you all told me you want to die like this. But the choices you make right now are signing you up for this. You need to pay attention. Let me show you another part that's very important. And that is your aorta. Your aorta is the major vessel that goes down from your heart to your lower part, down your back to the lower part of your body. And it looks like this. And when you look at this, it's very elastic, kind of looks like a rubber band even, the same color. And it is able to expand and contract with your blood pressure. And it works very, very well. Does the person have some fat issues? Yeah, not severe, but still not great. But we can always do better, again, by our food choices, by our activity levels. But that aorta is a much healthier aorta than this aorta I have to show you now. This aorta came from this man also. And you can tell this is not the healthy aorta that the other one is. If you look at the inside one, it should look like this. Look at it. And you can tell it's not elastic. It's very, very stiff, and it doesn't expand and contract. And so, therefore, your blood pressure goes up. Your generation also, at the age of a very young teenager, I had a 15-year-old. His blood pressure was 160 over 110. What's your normal blood pressure supposed to be? 120 over 80. Anything higher than that, we worry about you. But that's supposed to be old people, right? People your age are having strokes. Do we have to wake up and pay attention? Because the life that you want is much more like this man than this man. And the same thing goes with the family and the people you love. Don't you want them around for a long time? That's just the end of it. I'll show you another part. If you hear a lot right now in commercials about aortic aneurysms. When your blood pressure, it's a weakening in the vessel wall, and some of that can be genetic, but it also is because of lifestyle. What will happen is you'll get a ballooning out of that vessel, and if it pops just like a balloon, all that blood is going to kill you very quickly. So what we do if we catch it early enough is we have this kind of tissue, and it's called vortex. And you can see we go in and do surgery, just like you have somebody in home ec. See how they did the stitches? It's exactly what it is, and it reinforces it. And it biforks here because one goes to your right leg, one goes to your left leg. That's your major blood supply to the lower part of your body. Again, the whole reason I show you all of this is simply to say the choices you make today really are signing up for who you're going to be tomorrow. And everybody can talk about careers. You all want to be health professionals. I'm proud of that, but it really won't matter if you're not taking care of yourself. In order to give to others, you have to be healthy. And I guarantee you, once you lose your health, nothing else matters, does it? And you've seen that. The people in the hospital, the whole world stops when you get a terrible diagnosis and you think, why are the cars still going down the street? Don't think, what just happened? The world goes on with or without you. My hope is that we keep you for a very long time.